Hello, today I'm going to be playing some Pioneer on MTG Arena. Since I've reached Mythic in Limited, I'm going to try to reach Mythic in Constructed so I can get that achievement. This is a deck that I've been playing in Pioneer and Paper for a while that I think is really fun. It's built around the card Soulflayer. It's a 6 mana 4/4 with Delve, and it gets all of the evergreen keywords that you exile with it other than Prowess, because Prowess was not evergreen when this was printed. So the goal is to put some really big stupid idiots into the graveyard and give this, ideally you want it to have hexproof and indestructible, and then some combination of other things to make it unbeatable. The best combination is Zetalpa and Nightveil Predator. This gives the hexproof. If you want it to have haste, Hazoret can give the indestructible and the haste. Chromanticore gives first strike, flying, and vigilance and lifelink. Goldspan and Chromanticore give the lifelink. Samut can give haste and double strike. So you're trying to give double strike, indestructible, hexproof. There's an argument to play Sylvan Caryatid in order to have another hexproof creature, but I've found that this build is fine. Lotleth Troll is interesting because you can discard any number of creatures from your hand. So anything that gets stuck in hand, you can just go ahead, discard, and play a Soulflayer. And you hit Delirium pretty easy. Fear of Missing Out and Overlord both put things in the graveyard and are both enchantment creatures. So you'll easily get land, instant sorcery, enchantment, creature, and it's not too hard to turn on Delirium. So Traverse the Ulvenwald turns into 1 mana tutor for Soulflayer, or you can 1 mana tutor for like a troll if that's the piece that you need to dump your hand, or you can, on turn 1, go get a basic. The basics we're playing are swamps because Soulflayer is green pipped. Normally, I play best of 3 when I'm playing Constructed. And I do have a sideboard built for this deck, but I'm going to be playing best of 1 ranked because, in my opinion, Soulflayer, it is very good. I do have sideboard tech to play around hate, but it's a quick deck that you can just kind of cheese out some wins with, especially if your opponent doesn't have any graveyard hate. Something that's interesting about playing this deck in Paper is that it doesn't need its graveyard. It can just cast its stuff. You can kind of sideboard out Chromanticore and Zetalpa and sideboard in some more fair options. But I'm going to be playing 5 best of 1 games, and we're just going to see how we do here. So turn 1, Mortuary, something in the yard. Turn 2, if I get a red, I can discard and draw. I'm going to mulligan this hand, so we can traverse for a second black, play Overlord on 2 as the worst thing to be going on. So we're going to keep this, and we're going to ship Chromanticore. If we get green, I just completely, in my head, I thought I had green, so I could cast this Traverse. Don't do what I do. Yeah, big mistake out of me. If I draw a land, never punish. Yikes. This was not a keep. Wow, yeah, I just kind of mentally whiffed there. And I'm almost just dead. Okay. We're gonna just... My mistake. It's better to start down on silver with 1 tier, I guess. So, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that was just really pretty sloppy of me. I would say playing and talking distracted me, but that I don't even think is the case. I think I just had a mental lapse there. So we're going to play 5 games. That is not going to be one of the games. I'm going to leave it in because I was talking the whole time, and I don't want to have to splice things. But I'm going to do some gameplay. I have a pretty full arena collection, so if there's any format you want me to play Constructed or any deck, I'm more than happy to build it up, learn it, and play it. But for now, I'm just going to kind of pick some decks I already have. So this is a loose keep, but I'm going to keep it. The Surveil lands also. I had this deck built in Pioneer when Pioneer was invented. And I've added things like Surveil lands. Adult Gold Dragon wasn't around when Pioneer was invented. They take the Traverse, I draw a Traverse, because I'm good at Magic. FOMO, we have a red source we're going to keep. So turn 2, Blood Crypt, FOMO, discard Dragon, because it is uncastable. Samut is technically castable. And we have 2 Soulflayers. We have, usually the harder, quote-unquote harder part of this deck is finding the Flayers. And the easier part is getting cards in the graveyard. This video has been showing backwards. That's good for me. What are we doing here? I think... So... we can just play a really lame Soulflayer. I don't hate that. We will play a really sad little lame Soulflayer. And we will beg opponent to let me discard. Again, playing this deck, it is very important to know what keywords are good in what matchups. They've shown edict effects, which means that no keyword is particularly good. I'm trying to think if we discard the Samut or if we're looking to try to play it. I think we're going to discard the Cliffs. Temporary lockdown. Okay, so good news is we don't care about this Liliana at all. So, if they discard us, we can put some Moot in the yard. Then next turn we can Soulflayer, kill the Lily with haste. Yes, we'll go ahead and ship that. Pixie. Discards Pixie. Cool. So they're gonna... Is this exile a card from your graveyard? Ooh. Reading the card explains the card. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. This video is not going as expected. This deck runs a lot hotter than this, I would say. So that's unfortunate. I definitely was not expecting to start 0-2 like this, where I just am getting destroyed, but that's okay. Deck's fun when it works. You know, when you get it, most decks just can't beat it. So we'll see if we can pull it off a couple times. You know, I'm playing in silver against bronze people. I really was thinking these would be some pickup games. I was going to play something not so serious until I got into ranked. So we finally got the actual spells that make the deck go. Playing a full game without seeing any of them is uncommon. So we'll do this. We don't need another one. We have Marsh. Beseju is good against, you know, if they have a Rest in Peace or some other hate piece. Okay. Double Grisly Salvage is really helpful here. Take the Predator out of fear, please. Currently, I'm thinking Hexproof is more important than Indestructible. Took a Salvage. We will salvage on their turn, no matter what they do. So, go ahead and grab the Troll. There's an argument for Blood Crypt, but I don't think it's a very good argument. So now Gather the Pack is on. We'll gather. And we'll do like that. play a Blooming Marsh and say go. So turn 4, we only have Hexproof, Haste, Lifelink, Flying, Death Touch. Hexproof being the super keyword there. We lose Grapple. We don't have a red source, but both of those things don't matter too much. We draw Double Strike, which is a really good draw. So this is why Lotleth Troll is really good. Discard a creature card, colon. And then we'll play this. We'll go Samut, Dragon, Nightveil, Land. So it has Hexproof. It does not have Indestructible. But opponent is likely not playing Wrath. Having Indestructible and Hexproof is only good against Wrath of God type effects. If they have an Edict, I have a second thing. Shieldred is not going to win you this race. Okay. I should have discarded Predator there, but it's not a big deal. Definitely not when I draw another one. Opponent better win the game right now. Regenerate is a really old, weird keyword. This was printed in Return to Ravnica. I don't know. This might be the most recent card printed with the word Regenerate on it. But it removes damage. So if they give it -X, it will not protect it. Which, if they do it, I'll show. But opponent is committed to racing, but my threat is threatening. It says First Strike and Death Touch, right? Yeah. Soulflayer is a house if you get it going. So that was turn 4, locked up. 1-1 in real games. Death and Power? I think that was because I cast a bunch of demons. Whoa. That season start? When did that season start? That's like a glitch. I don't know what I won there. That seems like a glitch. Zombie or demon. Shout out Soulflayer. Okay. 1-1. Going into the next game. For my job, I'm a software quality manager. My job is to find little bugs. And if my job was to do that for Arena, I would be insanely good at my job because Arena has 1,000 times more bugs than the company I work at. So yeah, Grisly Salvage might be, I mean, it's probably the most important card in this deck. Opponent should take it, but I could see them taking FOMO. Lots of mono black. Lots of black going on. Don't know what's up with that. Take my FOMO. Fear me. Get baited. Cool. We're just going to say go. Grisly Salvage into Soul... Like, if I find a Soulflayer, I can just win the game next turn, depending on what I flip. So, I did not flip win the game, but I did find the Flayer. So, we're going to go Grapple. Bad hits. We'll get back FOMO. And we'll play Blooming Marsh and say go. So, we're looking for, like, Hexproof or Indestructible. I think they're both about equally as good. I haven't seen Blood Tithe out of Overdubbed. Lotleth Troll can just win games. It's definitely not plan A. FOMO is also just good in this deck. Giving you 2 attacks with Soulflayer can just win. So, okay. We're going to start with Fear of Missing Out, discarding this land. We'll shock in this one, play this one, and say go. Yeah. How far are we? We're third of the way through the deck, hit one big creature. Tons of good draws. I feel like the only bad draws are trolls, flayers, and lands. I think every other draw is pretty hot. Big creatures I discard. You know, tutor. I guess this only gets creatures. Yeah, I'll go get a big creature. Opponent discards mirror image. See, these are the types of opponents I was thinking I'd be going against in silver. Fable, really good. You're about to get played around. If they kill my troll this turn, okay. If they don't kill my troll this turn, it is reanimated, protected for the rest of time. What does this do? Turn target creature. Oh, there's like a combo going on here. Okay. Fatal push. Chat, I may be cooked. I suppose we're doing the world's saddest Soulflayer. We'll give it trample. But the fact that we have FOMO, it kind of has double strike. So opponent takes 10 here, goes to 6. And I go to many, many more than 6. Soulflayer is good against Fatal Push. There's some combo going on here. I don't know what it is. I much prefer limited to constructed. When I do play constructed, I kind of like mid-rangey decks. This does not fall in that category for me. I like mid-range followed by kind of aggro and then control. Maybe the least? I don't know. In standard, I've been liking a blue-white control deck. Timeless, I used to be a big fan of. I used to just run Luris, Mardu with, you know, just Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, all the broken MH3 stuff. But now with Strip Mine, I think they banned Strip Mine, which is, thank goodness. Maybe they didn't, but with that and Ancient Tomb and Eldrazi Temple and just, they put a bunch of cards in the format that really makes it not fun for me personally. Different people have fun playing different formats, but to me, it's in like a worse state than what I would think Legacy. Or Legacy's always in a fine state, I guess. Vintage is. Bad hands, just 3 in a row. This one we'll keep. And we'll keep it like this. And we're just hoping to high roll. There's the beginning of a high roll. Hello. Yeah, so we're going to have a turn 3, 4/4 indestructible haste. Assuming it doesn't get thought seized. Funny enough, if they thought seize, I guess I have to take grapple. Because grapple can get back Soulflayer. But we will see what opponent does here. When I built my commander deck for Tarmogoyfs, I kept a lot of the deck building from this in mind, with the grapples and the Grisly Salvages and the Satyr Wayfinders. Okay. We will get back Overlord. The question is, are we casting Overlord? 1, 2, 3. I think we are not. I think we're putting down Soulflayer number 1. Oh, wait. Alright, we'll cast Overlord. I should have played this untapped. Let's see what we hit here. Those are good hits. Oops. Yeah, so next, it doesn't have hexproof, and hexproof is important against white. Opponent is doing fun stuff, but I don't think I care. Discard draw, discard make a treasure, discard drain, and it's each turn. Okay. We're gonna go one Zetalpa, one Chromanticore. We have to do, I mean, we don't have to do anything, but we have to do Hazoret in order to give haste. But this should be double strike, lifelink, indestructible. So definitely 3 damage a turn isn't going to do it. They have to remove this with some form of exile, which white can do. Blue bounce is kind of the more common reason to want hexproof over indestructible. But opponent's on a 3-turn clock. Might be on a 2-turn. Yeah, opponent's actually dead next turn. I have been seeing lots of Soulflayers. Not lots of not Soulflayers, though. Yeah, there's a new Spider-Man, 5-color Spider-Man card that reminds me a lot of Chromanticore. What does this do? Okay. Opponent looks dead. Opponent looks dead. New 5-color Spider-Man that looks a lot like Chromanticore. I think it didn't have lifelink or it didn't have flying. There was some keyword on it that even though it is keyword soupy, I think Chromanticore is better. And it didn't have all of the big creatures in this deck have a purpose. Like their specific combination of keywords is good because it fills the gaps of another card. Like Adult Gold Dragon having haste and lifelink is what's really important. Flying is nice, but Zetalpa doesn't have haste or lifelink. And those are 2 that you would like to add. Those are the 2 important ones from Chromanticore to add to Zetalpa. But something about the 5 of Chromanticore didn't match up with Zetalpa. This is a bad hand. In theory, if I'm ripping lands, okay, turn 1, Traverse for Swamp. Turn 2, Troll, or turn 2, Overlord. So this is I'm digging for Soulflayer. If I do draw a land, I can save this. I did not draw a land, so we're going to go get Swamp. Spirits has got to be a bad matchup. We're definitely looking for Hexproof, which we have. Definitely looking for lifelink. I like Spirits, so... What are we doing here? We're doing Overlord. We gotta find this. Yikes. Would have loved that salvage. But, it's all okay. What's the Spell Queller? Okay, that's not Spell Queller. Am I dead next turn? No. Overlord, then Surveil Land, I think is what it has to be. Alright. Operation Draw Soulflayer. I think that... Actually, I don't even have lifelink in the yard, do I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spell Queller. Yeah, I said it was a loose keep, but Fast Clock definitely makes that a worse keep. I think I'm 2-2. So I'll play one more. Quicker video. It's easier to do constructed, quick one-offs. So, like I said, I have lots of wild cards, and I have lots of decks built. I do play a good amount of constructed, but I don't have a deck I like right now. I used to really love running goblins in Historic, right back when Muxus got printed. I took that to a top, couple hundred in Mythic. This hand's gross. This hand is not gross. So, given we're gonna probably end up trolling one of these to the yard, we're going to say we want the dragon. It's a less common. Lifelink is a less common effect. We have 4 Chromanticore. We might only have 3 Chromanticore and 2 dragons. Going against elves. This is a matchup that I've played a few times. If it's just elves. Oops, forgot to click on my Nightveil Predator. I really wanted that. Oh, angels? This is a bad matchup. We'll play Beseju, and then we'll gather. So we're Nightveil, Zetalpa, Adult Gold Dragon. Those are the 3 we want. And there's the Soulflayer. So, are we doing it now? Are we waiting a turn? It won't have haste. And it won't have lifelink. I'm waiting a turn. That might be stupid greedy of me. But I think we're going to need the life gain to be able to win this race. So, opponent's board is now huge. Let's see if Soulflayer can stabilize for me. So we can block, regenerate. Damage gets removed. It gets removed from combat. Mortuary, please save me. I don't even know if leaving that there is right. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So we get a free 8 life a turn on attacks, and then another 4 on blocks, but that might just not be enough. Sweet. Okay. It is correct for opponent to never block. This deck is just silly. I guess it's somehow not good enough, but it is just silly. Jeez. Why are things entering with 4 counters on them? This deck is ridiculous. Block is there and there. His first strike shrinks the team. I suppose block was something else. And I'm still dead. This deck makes me upset. Like, I don't know. Deck makes me upset. They had 50 life on turn 4 and a board full of 10/10s. But I guess I'm doing broken things too. But that is my Soulflayer deck for Pioneer. It went 2-3, which I'm a little unhappy with. I mean, obviously FNM isn't the same as Arena, But I 5-0 FNMs with it pretty often. Yeah, so Lifelink is here. Double Strike is here. Indestructible is here. Haste is here. Hexproof is here. And I've really gone through other hexproof options, and they're just not great. Oh, whoa. We're looking for creatures with hexproof. It's like, no, 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 no. No, no. Flying and double strike, you have hexproof. If this gave, like, if it had hexproof, it'd be great. So, again, we're just looking through here. Flash isn't as good a keyword as these are. You know, we can just have it. Again, there's no real creature that has better keyword soup than Nightveil Predator. You know, Sylvan Caryatid or could give hexproof just like another target and a creature that isn't terrible on its own. But maybe one day we'll find a really perfect build. So there's the Nightveil Predator. But anyway, thank you for watching. If there is a deck you want to see me play, please leave it in the comments. Or if you think this deck is interesting and want to see it some more, leave it in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.